Okay, I got 3 stories today, 3 cops, all in court just this week. One from St. Louis, one from East Cleveland, which is a little subdivision of Cleveland, Ohio, and one from Florida. And they've all been in the news just this last 2 days, actually. One of them is charged with murder. He's free on bond. The other one is charged with murder. The last one is. The second one is about an East Cleveland cop. It's kind of a funny story if it wasn't so ridiculous. But they're all true. I've checked my sources. They all are reliable. I double-checked, triple-checked, all that. So, anyway, check them out. This was one dirty, dirty, dirty cop. Already having been accused of murdering a prostitute. East Cleveland Police Detective Randy Hicks was drunk when he and another cop pulled Arnold Black over, accusing the 45-year-old man of possessing a kilo of cocaine because he was driving a truck similar to a known drug dealer. So that was the only thing they had. Guess what? The dash cam evidence of him beating the guy up and their non-bust that they didn't get is disappeared. Nobody has ever been able to find it. It's not like they're fighting for it or putting in Freedom of Information request. It's just gone. So obviously he deleted it. When Hicks found cocaine, he punched Black in the face 2 times while Officer Jonathan O'Leary held him up. Nice guys, huh? Telling Black he was angry at having left the bar where he had been pounding drinks with his friends. I swear, you cannot make this up. It's ridiculous. So, realizing they had left an innocent man bloodied and bruised, the 2 cops put him into station and stuffed him inside a storage closet to keep his injuries from going public. I know it's not funny. Can you believe this? This is crazy. So he was there for 4 days, no toilet, no food, water, except for a single carton of milk, which kicked off a 3-month order in 2012, where he found himself facing prison time on fabricated charges. So, apparently he got out of these charges, but at one point, another East Cleveland police officer discovered Black in the closet and expressed surprise and even concern, allowing Black to use his cell phone to call his fiancée, but forcing him back into the closet after he made the call. So those of you who say, well, there's 90% good cops out there, where was the good cop? He put him back in the closet. That's where he was. So that makes him a bad cop, just like the cop who held him up while he got beaten up for no reason. Oh my God. No wonder the city had to give him $22 million. This is ridiculous. So Black's fiancé drove to the station and picked him up, but a cop at the front desk said, you can't see people that are under investigation, which is obviously a lie, that you can't withhold the prisoners like that, unless they're like in some kind of, restriction at the jail for doing something wrong. And they had him in restriction, alright. So, of course, the dash cam footage is missing, and East Cleveland doesn't want to fight for, or give him the money now, so they're trying to fight for it. Saying that they didn't know about the case. They didn't know about not the case, but the trial date. And, they wanted to be there, but too bad it's already been done. Everybody was notified. That's how it goes for regular people. If I didn't know about my little case about failure to pay fines, and they went ahead and had a hearing without me, the judge puts out a bench warrant, and that's what happens. So, same for you, city of East Cleveland. Dirty, dirty, dirty people, too, because they should have never been covering this up. Because the girl who accused this officer of killing her prostitute friend, well, she's over here on video. And I'm telling you, I find her and the resident of East Cleveland who had been complaining about this cop.
Kill me out there in the streets. East Cleveland is a dangerous place. It's a dangerous place.
Candy does her trade mostly out of Euclid Avenue motels, including the Noble Motel. 2 years ago, a prostitute named Tiny turned up dead.
There's like somebody's in there dead. Like somebody's in there dead. What the hell happened?
A prostitute suffocated with a plastic bag, her hands bound with wire.
And then they said it was Tiny. I said, Tiny, I just saw her. I just talked to her. And we were talking about what we were going to do after we got through tricking.
Was it the handiwork of accused Cleveland serial killer Anthony Sowell, who once lived in East Cleveland? Police Chief Ralph Spots doesn't think so.
We do have somebody that we have a suspect for right now, and we're working on that.
DNA taken in the past couple weeks has been linked not to Sowell, but to a man currently behind bars. Candy says she doesn't know who killed Tiny, or a little bit that she was known on the streets. But Candy says she does know who Tiny was waiting for in her hotel room just before her death, an East Cleveland police officer.
We were talking on the phone. She was waiting on her trick on and I was waiting on my guy to come.
We're told that there was a member of this department that was in that motel right before the murder.
That's what you were told. We weren't told anything of that nature.
Do you notice how he doesn't look surprised at all? Like, oh my gosh, really? That would be so out of the ordinary for one of our police officers to be, first of all, getting with the prostitutes in East Cleveland. And if anybody doesn't believe that prostitutes and the jail guards themselves and the police officers themselves hook up, please take it from someone who's been to county jail. They do. Not that I have. I certainly have not. I think that's the most disgusting thing ever, to hook up with your jailer, the person who's putting you in a jail cell. That is gross. But some of these girls, they don't care. And it definitely happens, put it that way. But look, he doesn't look surprised. And then, of course, you know, instead of being up front and nothing to hide, transparency, nope, he'll walk away. He'll walk away.
I really disagree with anything of that nature being even said.
But Candy claims the cop abused his badge.
He's a dirty cop. He's just a dirty cop.
She says the dirty detective used her and Tiny as informants to help bust local drug dealers. But she says he wanted more than just information. You had sex with Detective?
Yes.
How many times would you say you had sex with Detective?
Oh my God, over 100 times.
Where did you have sex with him?
At the Noble Hotel.
She said
He got old girl high lots of times. But this guy, he'll go on and on. But real quick, one thing I wanted to add was there was a mayor. His name was Eric Jonathan Brewer, mayor of East Cleveland. In 2012, he said he tried to get the FBI to investigate this cop and that they would not do so. But they did, however, investigate 3 other cops who were just indicted last year for going in and pretending like they had search warrants and stealing people's money. Just like Denzel Washington in Training Day. Same thing. And I don't doubt it for a minute. But this guy here, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just listen to the sincerity in his voice.
Hi, Corey. I'm Mark McCoy. Listen, I'm not a proponent of the police. I'm for the police. If something happened to me, the first person I want to call is the East Cleveland Police for help. However, that does not preclude me from criticizing the police when I think they have done wrong. And for some time now, I have criticized police Detective Randy Hicks right before this council, and said to you all that he had did some underhanded stuff, to me, and tried to frame me, and it didn't work out, but he had did some underhanded stuff. There's been rumors a long time.
So you see how the councilman said, you did. Yeah, you did. He's been there before to city council. He's told them about this dirty cop. Nobody took him off the force. Nobody took him off the force when he put that man in the jail cell. He had to resign for some other reason, which is what this guy is asking. He's trying to get to the bottom of. And, of course, they don't answer the question, so I'm not even going to go and play the rest of the tape. You get the idea. So, yeah, the Randy Hicks, though, he is a cop still, a police officer on the railroad somewhere. It says it here. They found him on some site called LinkedIn. But it says he is working as a railroad police officer in East Cleveland. Wow. I would have figured he'd have moved away from the city. He's probably still getting with prostitutes, and it's a whole other life up there in Cleveland. But East Cleveland, I have not lived, and it is pretty bad up there as well. There's a lot of poverty, a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, but this is crazy. But yeah, yesterday they awarded this guy $22 million because he spent 4 days in a broom closet by some dirty cops. That's some mafia stuff. That's stuff cops shouldn't be doing. I don't want to hear nobody sticking up for the cops in this case. We're talking about a criminal here. Oh boy, and he's free too. That's something else.